right, back to our top story now. Friends and colleagues of the late Frene Ginwala have praised her for her contribution in the National Assembly. The first democratic parliamentary speaker passed away at her Johannesburg home last night following a stroke. Now, Good Party leader Patricia de Lille joins us now to unpack her legacy. Minister, thank you so much for making time this evening, and condolences. You were one of the people that looked up to her, that worked with her. How are you remembering her this evening?
Well, I first want to pass my condolences to the family, the Ginwala family. Indeed, if you want to reflect on the life of Madam Speaker, like we called her, you have to think about what we inherited when we arrived there in 1994. First of all, from 1974, there've never been a woman in Parliament. I think the first woman came in 1980. So the first thing the Speaker did was to look at the facilities available for women, not even enough bathrooms for women. She also established a creche at Parliament to assist members of Parliament and staff of Parliament to bring their children with them to Parliament in the morning. She also looked at the rules. There was a funny rule that said that with the opening of Parliament, women must cover their heads and they must come with a hat. And she changed with the Rules Committee. We changed all of those rules. But she also led the way and the process to establish the first Ethics Committee of Parliament that was chaired by the late Kader Asmal. So, although she had two roles, running a Parliament as an institution, Parliament also acted as an elected constituent assembly to write the final constitution. So we had two tasks, writing the final constitution and also doing our parliamentary work. It was in 1997, I will recall, when I was the first member of Parliament to be kicked out of Parliament, to be suspended for 15 days without pay after a disciplinary hearing.
Yeah.
I then took the Speaker to court, and then Judge Slope ruled in my favor. The Speaker appealed to the SCA, and Judge Ismail Mohammed ruled against Parliament.
Leadership, when it was not even fashionable to do so. When you worked with her, how did she demonstrate this passion for women's rights and equality?
You know, she started by changing the rules. In terms of delegations representing Parliament anywhere inside the country, at the national level, or going overseas, there was a must that women must be included. She'd make sure that even in the allocation of chairpersons of women, because the 1994 first term of Parliament was very inclusive. President Nelson Mandela appointed members of the opposition parties to serve as chairpersons of committees. I was the first chairperson of transport at the time. And she absolutely made sure, and she encouraged us all the time. She said, you know, if you need some skills, go and get the skills. I will give you the time off if you want to go and improve your skills on anything.
Yeah. Because
we were all thrown into the deep end. So really her passion to make sure that we as women member of Parliament, and we were not many at the time, but we knew that we could go to Madam Speaker at any time with any problem.
Yeah.
And she was very firm, but she was also very fair. She will tell you if you've done something wrong, call you to order, but work with you on a solution.
Yeah. What commitment do you think this country owes her, and not just this country, but even the institution she dedicated most of her time and her life to, which is Parliament?
The foundation that, Madam Speaker, our late sister, Frene Ginwala, has laid, that was a very solid foundation. And I think we need to continue to build on that foundation. You know, I was also a chief whip of parliament in my party, and we used to meet with her on a weekly basis. And together with her, we were able to transform under her leadership, able to transform Parliament. So the investigations, the research, that she continued to be a researcher, you know, on everything she was doing research. I remember also the research that we've done and what was done by late Kader Asmal on all the Chapter 9 institutions. You know, she chaired those difficult debates where we were talking about, you know, the freedom of choice, abortion for women, the death penalty, and she held firm to her principles. So really, I think we owe it to our Madam Speaker that we will always remember as Madam Speaker, that we need to continue with the solid foundation that she's laid with Parliament, very inclusive. You know, she used to treat all political parties the same, and for that I will always respect her.
Minister Patricia de Lille, thank you for paying tribute with us this evening.